Hello everybody, welcome to Live Interactive English. Gobble gobble, I am Shane.
I'm Nina. Everyone, sorry that Shane is very weird.
Come on, we're talking about turkeys, right?
Okay, turkeys.
The sound they make, I know that
It's gobble gobble?
Well,
really?
Yes, in English, right? They say gobble gobble, that's the turkey noise. I know that animal noises are different in every language.
Yeah.
Which is always weird, like in Chinese, what does a dog?
Wang wang.
Wang wang, right? We're like, what? Dogs go woof woof.
Sure.
Okay, anyway, we're talking about turkeys more than a Thanksgiving bird.
Speaking of Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
isn't Thanksgiving coming soon?
Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about, do you celebrate Thanksgiving?
Of course, every American celebrates Thanksgiving, but I feel a little bit conflicted about Thanksgiving.
Why is that?
Because on the one hand, I really love getting together with family and like having a nice meal and just,
Yeah.
you know, it's very warm and giving thanks, you know, for all the wonderful things in my life. But on the other hand, I'm a vegetarian. And basically speaking, turkeys are just, like billions of turkeys are killed for Thanksgiving. I don't know if it's billions, but at least millions of turkeys are killed just for Thanksgiving. So I feel a little bit sad on Thanksgiving Day because it's also called Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Which is sad because turkeys are not happy about this day. They're being murdered.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually never thought about that.
Yeah, it is a bit sad.
But you could give your thanks to the turkeys.
I could,
But you don't eat them,
but
so
I don't
then.
eat them, so I just feel sad.
Oh, no, don't cry, don't cry. It's Thanksgiving, you're supposed to feel
I
happy.
think I'm going to take a little break before we start this one. Whoops.
Turkeys are the highlight of Thanksgiving meals. In fact, many Americans call Thanksgiving Turkey Day, but these North American birds are pretty interesting in their own right, so let's take a closer look. Turkeys are strange-looking creatures. Their featherless heads and necks are covered with red, bumpy skin that changes color according to their mood. A piece of skin, called a snood, hangs from their heads. Male turkeys have colorful tail feathers that fan out when they want to attract mates.
Okay, turkeys, more than a Thanksgiving bird. Also the reason why Shane cries.
Yes. My eyes red?
Oh, they're better now.
They're okay?
Good. Yeah.
Do you know why they're called turkeys? Would you like to know?
Is it boring?
No, it's super interesting.
Okay.
So, like originally, back in the day, like with the English, like got these birds from a different country. Guess which country these birds came from?
Did they get it from Turkey?
From Turkey.
Really?
So any kind of bird that kind of looked like these birds that came from Turkey, they called them turkeys. Right?
That's super interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I guess
okay.
I'm learning something every day.
So turkeys are the highlight of Thanksgiving meals. So if you say something is a highlight, that means that
They're the main character, right?
Yeah, it's like when you think of this thing, that's the thing you will think of. It's like the main part, or it's the star.
Yes.
Right? In fact, many Americans call Thanksgiving Turkey Day, like I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
We really do call it that, Turkey Day.
Yeah, turkey. But these North American birds are pretty interesting in their own right. So let's take a closer look.
Okay.
Okay. Turkeys are strange-looking creatures.
That's a fact. They are very strange looking.
They are.
A strange looking creature. So creature is just another word for an animal, like a non-human animal.
Yes.
So you wouldn't really call a person a creature.
Unless they're very weird looking.
You might.
That
So
creature.
Who's that creature over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but generally speaking, it's just animals that are not human. So for
Yes.
example, you could say the creatures in that forest are not afraid of humans.
Okay. I think humans probably would be afraid of them then.
If I'm in a forest and pretty much any creature that I encounter, I'm going to run the other way. I'm going to be scared. Unless it's maybe a really cute squirrel or something.
You never know what they can do.
That's true. They might have a disease.
Yeah.
All right, back to turkeys.
Their featherless heads and necks are covered with red, bumpy skin that changes color according to their mood. That I didn't know. I didn't know that they changed color.
Yeah, in fact, typically it's red, right?
Yeah.
But if they get excited, like maybe scared or worried, it doesn't, normally you think red would be the color when they get excited or scared, right? It's the opposite with them. Their necks will become more white or blue when they are excited, afraid, or whatever, right?
That's super interesting.
Yeah, so it's featherless. Their neck is featherless.
And their head is featherless.
Right? So what does that mean, featherless?
So featherless means you do not have feather.
That makes sense, right?
And feather is basically the soft and light thing that grows out of birds, right? It's flat and it helps them fly. Yes, so featherless. Most birds have featherless legs. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that is true, huh? I didn't think about that. Okay, so moving on, a piece of skin called a snood hangs from their heads.
Oh, right.
Right, they
that
do have
floppy thing,
like
right?
a floppy thing that comes. Floppy, right?
Yes.
What an interesting word, a snood.
A snood.
I like that. Okay. Male turkeys have colorful tail feathers that fan out when they want to attract mates.
Okay, so they have these feathers in the back
When we say
that
something
are pretty.
fans out, it's kind of like when you have like a hand fan.
Yeah,
right?
it
The kind
comes
of when you
out.
open it up, it goes whoop like that, so
Yes.
something fans out. Yeah, so it fans out, and yeah, I guess if it's really colorful, and then another
The girls will see
turkey
it.
sees a woo, look at that guy's tail.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. So colorful is having bright colors or a lot of different colors, right?
It's full of color, colorful, right?
Like colorful, whatever we're wearing is kind of colorful, pink and blue.
Yeah, I think
Right?
I'm more colorful than you are today, but we'll call that pink colorful. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So an example would be Albert wore a colorful shirt to the barbecue.
Or Shane wore a colorful shirt to teach some English. All right, we have another vocabulary word, attract, and this is a verb. So to attract means to cause someone to be interested in you. So in this case, we're trying to attract a mate, right? So we're going to be attracted, meaning more than just friends. Like
Yes.
you're really like, wow, those are some beautiful feathers.
I like those feathers. They look
Woohoo.
nice.
I want to date you, Mr. Turkey. So for example, you could say, Flynn's sense of style attracted Cheryl.
Okay.
Yeah, so she might go ask him on a date.
So what was the thing that attracted your wife to you?
Oh, probably my money.
Oh, your money.
I'm poor. Yeah, no, it must be my sense of humor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, why don't we take a break? I'll think about what makes me attractive.
All right.
That's a good question.
See you. Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。说到感恩节大餐，大家都会想到火鸡嘛。那许多美国人也把感恩节称为 Turkey Day， 火鸡日。好，其实火鸡它本身是一种很有趣的生物哦。我们今天课程要介绍几个跟火鸡有关的这种有趣事实。那首先，火鸡的长相奇特，它们的头部和脖子没有羽毛，那上面是覆盖着凹凸不平的红色皮肤，还会根据心情变色哦。那它们有一块皮肤是从头部垂下来，叫做 snood 肉垂。老师用到 floppy 来形容这块肉垂，那它是拼作 floppy，floppy 表示松软的。好，那么课文写到说，雄性火鸡的尾巴呢有5颜6色的羽毛，当它们想要吸引配偶的时候，羽毛就会张开，就会呈扇形展开。那么 fan out 就可以表达呈扇形展开的样子。好，那么课文单字 creature 它是指生物或者是动物。Featherless 表示没有羽毛的，那这个字就是由 feather 羽毛，再加上形容词字尾 less， 那这个字尾表示无或是没有，那就是没有羽毛咯。好，再来 colorful， 它是形容色彩鲜艳的或是缤纷的。还有 attract 这个动词，它是指吸引或者是引起什么的注意。我们在后面加上 ive 构成形容词 attractive， 那就是吸引人的意思。好，这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 in one's own right， 表示凭一己之力，靠自己的努力。那这个片语是用来指说某人达到某个成就，并非依靠关系，而是凭借自己的努力啊、天分、条件、资格等等。举例来说 ，Ben's father is a well-known actor, but he's a successful actor in his own right. Ben 的父亲是一位知名演员，不过他本身就是一位成功的演员。下一个重点是 according to 的不同意思及用法。好，那我们来先看它的第一种意思，是指依照啊、根据，可能是根据某种规定或是原则来进行，像是 Ryan installed the software according to the instructions on the website。Ryan 他依照网站上的指示说明来安装软体。那第二个用法，我们可以用 according to 表达根据什么所说，按照什么所载，那么可以接人或是事物，像是 according to the police, the murderer turned himself in yesterday。根据警方的说法，那一位杀人凶手昨天主动投案了。那我们接着回到课文中。
Just as interesting is the origin of the bird's name.According to one theory, 15th century Turkish merchants introduced African guinea fowl to Europe. As a result, the British began calling these birds turkeys, since they were sold by Turks. When the British arrived in North America and saw wild birds that were similar in appearance to the African guinea fowl, they called them turkeys too. These days, it's a tradition for the U.S. president to pardon a turkey on Thanksgiving Day, saving the bird from being killed and eaten.Knowing how unique these birds are, perhaps we should pardon them on other days of the year too.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I couldn't think of anything else that made me attractive, so I'm just gonna go.
Okay, continuing.
I'm gonna go with my bubbly personality.
There you go.
So last time we were talking about turkeys and how interesting and attractive they can be, right? With all their pretty feathers and their really cool bumps on their neck.
Well, and that's a little floppy thing.
Yeah, actually, that's not attractive. It's just kind of weird looking. But to other turkeys, that could be attractive.
That's true. We don't know.
Well, let's learn more about the turkeys.
All right. Just as interesting is the origin of the bird's name. According to one theory, 15th century Turkish merchants introduced African guinea fowl to Europe.
This is what I was talking about, right?
Interesting.
So this is just a theory, so it's not necessarily fact.
Okay.
Right? So what is a theory? It's a reasonable and widely accepted explanation for something.
Okay.
So we might not have like definitive proof this is why they're called turkeys.
But it could be a reason.
But it's one of the theories, and it does seem to be like, yeah, most people do think this is why. So an example sentence of theory, there are several theories about the origin of the term. So
Okay.
Like in our case, the origin of the term turkey.
Yes, could be what you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so as a result, the British began calling these birds turkeys since they were sold by Turks.
Okay.
So that was
okay, so
right.
Shane knows things,
I
you
know all about the turkeys.
Okay. When the British arrived in North America and saw wild birds that were similar in appearance to the African guinea fowl, they called them turkeys too. Okay, so we're learning more about where the name came from.
Yeah, so that's why it all came over to America, right? As the British saw these birds that really looked like the ones that they were calling turkeys. Hey, it looks like a turkey to me.
Yeah.
They're turkeys. Okay? These days, it's a tradition for the U.S. president to pardon a turkey on Thanksgiving Day, saving the bird from being killed and eaten. So we use this word pardon. To pardon somebody means to forgive them, right?
Yeah.
And that's usually we're talking about like maybe someone's going to be committed, like they're going to jail.
Yes.
Or they're going to actually be executed for a crime, and you will pardon them means you forgive them and they're not going to.
You let them live.
You let them live and you let them go, right?
Yes.
But what did the turkey do that it needs to be pardoned?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And you're only pardoning one turkey. So what about the rest of them? Why even bother pardoning that one turkey?
It just all to me it just brings attention to the fact that you're just killing all the other ones.
Yeah, and how do they choose which turkey to pardon?
I have no idea. That I don't know.
That's very interesting.
Okay.
Knowing how unique these birds are, perhaps we should pardon them on other days of the year too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We should pardon all of them every day and become a vegetarian.
Just like Shane.
Just like me. So what do you think? What is the most interesting thing about turkeys.
What
do you think's the most interesting thing about them?
I found the origin of the name turkeys to be the most interesting thing about turkeys.
I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah, because you shared it with me.
I shared it because it's something that I've always thought, wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So I used to think about that because there was a country called Turkey. And if you're learning English and you're a kid, you're going to first hear about the bird turkey before you know about the country turkey.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was funny. Why is there a country named after birds?
Oh, turns out it was the other way around.
It was the opposite way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we learned a lot about Turkey Day and turkeys.
Yeah, about Thanksgiving. And to me, I think that we have a lot to be thankful for.
Yes, definitely.
And even if you eat turkeys, you should be thankful that you have this protein and this bird gave its life. But I think it would be better just to not eat them and eat some vegetarian turkey.
Okay.
It exists, really. It's called tofurkey.
Oh dear, I don't like tofu though.
But it doesn't taste like tofu.
Okay.
It doesn't taste like turkey, but it doesn't taste like tofu. It's good.
Okay,
Give it a
so
try.
just give it a try to make Shane happy, I guess.
Yes. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
说到吸引配偶 ，Shane 老师他真的很认真的思考自己哪一点吸引人。他说大概是他的 bubbly personality。然后我们来补充一下 ，bubbly 就是 B-U-B-B-L-Y， 它可以形容个性是活泼的、热情的、奔放的。好，那我们接着来看看火鸡被命名为 turkey 的由来。根据一种说法，15世纪的土耳其商人将西非的猪鸡引入欧洲。那因为是由土耳其人贩售，英国人就开始称这些鸟为 turkeys。那么当英国人抵达美洲，他们看见外观相似的野鸟，也把那些鸟称作 turkeys。不过像这样的说法只是其中一个啦，它不见得有这种确凿的证据。那么 Shane 老师他用到 definitive proof， 就是表达确凿的证据。好，那么单字 theory 它表示观点啊、看法或者是理论学说。好，那么如今在美国有一个传统，就是总统呢会在感恩节赦免一只火鸡，以免这只鸟被杀来吃。可是赦免我们不是都说通常是来为这个罪犯免除刑罚，甚至是免除死刑吗？可是火鸡并没有犯罪啊。那么 Shane 老师他是吃素的，他就希望大家最好都是改吃素火鸡。好，老师有用到 execute。execute 这个动词表示处决，将什么处死。那么还有提到 tofurkey。tofurkey 就是素火鸡啦，它是由 tofu 加上 turkey 豆腐加火鸡肉所构成的字。好，那么以上这件讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Turkeys are the highlight of Thanksgiving meals. In fact, many Americans call Thanksgiving Turkey Day, but these North American birds are pretty interesting in their own right, so let's take a closer look. Turkeys are strange-looking creatures. Their featherless heads and necks are covered with red bumpy skin that changes color according to their mood. A piece of skin, called a snood, hangs from their heads. Male turkeys have colorful tail feathers that fan out when they want to attract mates. Just as interesting is the origin of the bird's name. According to one theory, 15th century Turkish merchants introduced African guinea fowl to Europe. As a result, the British began calling these birds turkeys, since they were sold by Turks. When the British arrived in North America and saw wild birds that were similar in appearance to the African guinea fowl, they called them turkeys too. These days, it's a tradition for the U.S. president to pardon a turkey on Thanksgiving Day, saving the bird from being killed and eaten. Knowing how unique these birds are, perhaps we should pardon them on other days of the year too.
Hi, I'm Steven. Do you like monkeys? Well, I do. I think they are playful and very smart. There are more than 260 different types of monkeys around the world. One of them is only native to Taiwan. Let's go check them out.
Formosan Rock Macaques are found only in Taiwan. They are a protected animal. They live in forest areas around the island. The males are a little bigger than the females. Formosan Rock Macaques are social animals. They clean each other to show love and friendship. They live in groups of 10 to 50 members. The strongest male in the group will be the Monkey King.
See you next time!